Welcome to the Wellness Biz Academy, where we turn passionate practitioners into profitable practice owners. I'm Cass Duffield, corporate business strategist and naturopath, showing you how to build a thriving practice with simple, proven systems that work. Let's create the practice that you long to have, because it's time to start living your passion and growing your practice. Hi everyone and welcome. It's a pleasure to have you back again. Today we are talking about a topic that strikes fear into the heart of many a well-meaning entrepreneur, and that topic is sales. Now, if the thought of sales makes your stomach turn, this is an episode that you need to listen to. As a business owner, sales are the heart of what you do. Yes, you are passionate about the people that you help. Yes, you love what you do. But if you aren't making sales, you aren't growing your business. And frankly, if you're not making a profit, you're a charity. The whole point of being in business is to make revenue. Yes, you love what you do. Yes, you love the people that you help. But you are here to run a business, a successful business at that. And so to do that, you need to make some revenue. If you are somebody who is uncomfortable with sales, then the revenue targets you want to hit might always be elusive. That is why today we are talking about sales, and sales with my unique twist. We are talking about how to make sales without being salesy. Now, I know if you are an online entrepreneur or a business owner, you are trying to get to that six, the multi-six, and even the seven figures. What is key to doing that is, yes, your marketing, but on the back end of that, you need to make sales. Your marketing will bring those leads into your business, but you are the one that needs to make the sale. So let's talk today about how we can bring sales into our business in a way that is authentic, in a way that is comfortable for us, and in a way that meets the needs of the clients that we're trying to help. It's funny though, isn't it? Because we're all in business. We all want to be successful, whatever our version of success looks like. But the elephant in the room is that great big word, sales. It's something that many of us never want to talk about. The thought of sales makes us feel icky, and we just don't want to go there. And I get it. We have all been on the receiving end of the pushy, manipulative sales pitch. Yes, am I right? It leaves you feeling annoyed. It leaves you feeling a bit uncomfortable. And so it's no wonder that so many of us shy away from selling in our own business, because we've had such bad experiences on the receiving end of sales. But here's the thing. Sales does not have to be that way. There is a way to make sales that is authentic, that is full of integrity, that gives a win-win between you and your client. So I actually believe that sales shouldn't be icky. Sales shouldn't be salesy. When it can be done in a way that is so much more authentic, why are we using old-fashioned strategies and old-fashioned tactics? That's why today we are talking about this topic of sales and how to make sales in a way that isn't salesy. When we start thinking about this, the first thing we need to understand is it's about wanting to genuinely solve the problem that your ideal clients have. When we can be moving out of that transactional frame of mind where we're just trying to clock up another sale, and instead be in a transformational state of mind where we actually care about the outcomes our clients get, all of a sudden our sales are on a different level. All of a sudden we're coming from an authentic space where we genuinely want to help that person. In this episode, I'm going to share with you how we can shift your mindset on sales so they're not something that you are so uncomfortable with. And I'm also going to share a sales approach with you that is going to feel more authentic, more aligned, and make sales easier. I want your business to grow, and I want your business to grow full of amazing clients. And to be able to get those amazing clients, you need a sales process that works for you. At the heart of this sales process is the word connection. It's about making a connection with you and that potential client, meeting on that middle ground of what they need and what you can offer. It has that element of personal in it. Absolutely. It's about taking the time to understand what that person needs, their pain points, their values, their desires, so you can align what you offer. It's also about being really authentic. And if you don't have what they need, being able to say to them, look, I'm not the right person for you, but let me recommend somebody who is. I think there is nothing more authentic in sales than being able to say no when it's not the right fit. And when you do this, you will be really surprised about the clients it brings you. People will tell people how authentic you were. I get many discovery calls from people saying, I spoke to my friend so-and-so, and she said that she wasn't the right fit for you, but you recommended somebody who was, and that made me realize that you were truthful, you were honest, and you're authentic. So take the time on these discovery calls that you have to really understand the needs of that person. It's about that active listening, and something that we can forget to do. When you are on these discovery calls, the process that I've found best is listen. You want to spend most of the time on that call listening. Then after you've listened to what they need, I want you to come back with 3 simple questions. The first is, where are you now? The second is, where do you want to be? And the third is, how can I help you get there? This is going to define what they need from you exactly, so then you can share how you can help. While you're listening to what this potential client is sharing, make sure that you are actively listening. It's about showing genuine interest in their experience. It's about hearing them and really listening to what they need and what they've come to you for. This also is going to allow you to better tailor what you do to that particular person. So as much as we don't want to be changing our packages and services every time we talk to somebody, you may be able to understand that you have a package that's very similar to what they need, but they want a few other additions. So you could amend that package and add those additions in to give them exactly what they want. Next, let's talk about communication, and let's talk about some authentic communication strategies, because there is nothing worse than being on these discovery calls and just having that uncomfortable feeling where you know someone is being pushy, you know they're being manipulative. I was on a call recently with somebody, and they said to me at the end of it, it's really a decision of whether you want to change your life or whether you just want to stay stuck where you are now. And I thought, well, actually, that's not your decision to make. And the way that they broached that with me, it turned me off completely, and I'm not going to sign up and work with that person. I think it's important to be respectful and be authentic in our communication. It's about understanding what that person needs and reflecting that back. Okay, I hear from what you're saying that you need XYZ. I have this offer that can address ABC, and aligning them in those ways. It's important that that person we're talking to feels like a person. They're not a proposition. They're not a transaction. They're a person who are trusting in you to work with them. So make sure that trust is well earned. Now, there is a great opportunity here, if it is right, to share some stories towards the end of the conversation about other clients you've helped in similar situations. It's a great way to turn the mirror and show them exactly the results you can get and how you can help. Share your other clients' successes or even challenges that they've had, the way that you've helped them overcome those. And that creates a real understanding for that person of how you can help them too. When you're on your discovery calls, to avoid being salesy, you need to focus on being transparent. It's about using language that is very upfront and states what it does. I'm a big believer of say what it does on the tin. Let's not pull together a lot of flowery language, cliches, and words that don't make a lot of sense. Let's be honest, let's be upfront and say exactly what we're going to do for that person. We want it to be clear and we want it to be goal-oriented. Your goal here is to inspire them to take action to come and work with you. And you do that by being honest, by being direct, and being clear about how you can help. When it comes to converting this client in terms of bringing them into your world and selling them into a program and offer a solution that you have, this can be done without being salesy, without being pushy. It doesn't have to be that way. It's about being in complete integrity throughout this entire process. So how can we guide that potential client towards working with us if they're the right fit without being pushy or manipulative? And it's really easy. You've listened really carefully while this person was discussing what they needed. And I expect that you've taken some notes while you were listening. At the end of the call, as you're moving towards the end of the call, you're able then to go back to your notes and go, right, you said to me that you wanted to achieve XYZ. I know I can help you with that because I've helped these many clients do it. I've got these sort of outcomes. You've said to me that your goal is to achieve ABC. This is a great goal and I help many clients to achieve that as well. Can you see how you're mirroring mirroring back to them exactly what they need and exactly what you can do. This is also the time to be in complete integrity. And if there is something that they want to achieve that you can't do or that you can't offer, it's the time to state that and tell them that, look, I really love to help you, but this piece of what you need to do isn't something that I can help you with, and I can recommend somebody else. A great example of that in my current business is I don't work with SEO. It's not my area of speciality. So if somebody wants that, I have a couple of great people that I refer to and we work with. So at the end of that conversation, I will often say, we can do all of these things that you want to do, except the SEO. That's not my wheelhouse, but I have an amazing person who we can work with, and it's going to cost an additional XYZ on top of my package to get her involved and to get the SEO sorted. And 9 times out of 10, people take that package. What you can see that I've been doing here through this conversation is aligning what your ideal client needs, what this person on the call needs, with the offers, the services, the packages, the products that you have. It's about finding alignment and meeting that middle ground where you're going to be meeting their needs and solving their problem. It's about sharing what you offer and how it's going to benefit them and the results and the outcomes that they're going to get. And also during this conversation, it's about being genuinely interested and genuinely invested in the success that that client's going to have when they're working with you. When you are putting that sort of emotion into it, that sort of care, that compassion, that person on the call is going to see that. They're going to trust that, and they're going to be more likely to take the next step with you. So tell me, is selling authentically something that you struggle with? Or sales in general? Is sales something that you ignore in your business and that you put off, feeling that it doesn't feel right to you and you're not sure how to do it? If this is you, I have a great free guide for you, and it is called Calls That Connect. It is my guide, the 7 steps to authentic discovery calls that convert. So if you'd like to download that, I'll put a link in the show notes so you can access a copy. I'd love for you to get your hands on that. It shares with you some of the questions that I find really valuable in these calls and some of the ways that you can be listening and gleaning information that will allow you to help that client in even more ways. So as we wrap up today's episode, let's have a little bit of a recap. We've talked about the importance of connection and how we can build connection with somebody. We've talked about being authentic in the way that we're communicating. And we've also talked about how we can have an integrity-based sales process. So what I would love for you to do at this point is think about how you can activate this in your business. And remember here the discovery call process that I shared with you, which is 1, active listening, 2, asking 3 simple questions. And those 3 simple questions are, where are you now? Where would you like to be? And how can I help you get there? Those 3 simple questions are going to open up the lines of communication so you can understand exactly what this person needs and how you can provide it. And believe me, when your focus is on transformation over transaction, you are going to build relationships with people on these calls, and you are going to provide better value, better outcomes, and you're going to align with the right clients. No more working with clients that are draining your energy. You'll get the right clients signing up to work with you. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope this episode's been enlightening and very helpful for you. If it has, I would love for you to leave a review or share this with someone who could benefit from it. And don't forget to go to the show notes and get your free guide, Calls That Connect, my 7-step process to authentic discovery calls. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to the Wellness Business Academy podcast with me, Cass Duffield. If you are interested in growing your practice, come get my free guide, the Practice Success Toolkit, at cassduffield.com or grab it in the show notes. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.